Hello world. So I got another video for you, and this time we're gonna still be working on Tomato 2, the Pomodoro timer app, and we'll be implementing something pretty interesting that a few users have been asking me about, and that is blocking blocking apps in addition to websites. So if we look at, I'm gonna switch to my screen now. If we look at the UI of Tomato 2, we can see that we already have blocking for websites. So I want to add blocking of apps, and this is something I would find useful for myself. So like if I'm in my focus session, I don't want to get distracted by email or like Slack, for example. Sometimes you need to check Slack, of course, but I mean, you can go for 25 minutes without Slack, which is super important. So let's try to implement that. I'm just gonna bring up focus list, the old Pomodoro app, and create a new task here. That's app blocking. And I'm guessing this will take 2 to 3 Pomodoros because it might be a bit involved. So for me, realistically, that could be a couple of days because I mostly do like 1 Pomodoro a day, sometimes 2. All right, the session is running. So first thing I wanna do here, I'm gonna split this add button into 2 buttons. I'll just open up website blocking tab. Okay. Hit blocking view and okay. So excuse me. We got add button, so let's rename this to add website. That's strange. This is the sheet window, that's not what we need. These websites will be blocked. Probably don't need that. Oh, here we go. That's it's a view called block list. So we're gonna look at. Okay, here we go. Here are the buttons. So we're gonna change that to add websites. Add website, and we're gonna copy it. We're gonna rename this to add app. Disable the action for now, just say adding app. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Settings, blocking, good. So 2 buttons now, add website and add app. Now, I'm actually gonna copy the UI from app called Focus, which is the only one I've used that has app blocking. It's this one, heyfocus.com. So let's try the trial. Let's wait for it. Okay, here we go. Just gonna copy it over into my apps. Oh, I already have it, so that's great. Focus. Okay. Oh, I don't want to do that. I think I'm out of trial, so never mind. The point is, there's a UI where when you click on the add website button, a selector comes up. Sorry, when you click on add app, a selector comes up to select the app. But for now, I'm just gonna do it in an easier way. So let's see. When you normally add website, it calls this onAdd callback. So let's see how that is handled. Where are we? Blocking tab, blocking view. There's the block list, and there's onAdd handler, which sets is adding to true, which is state. So we're gonna change, and then we use is adding to this. I think we use it to decide if we should render the sheet, right? Yeah, here we go. It present itself is adding. So we're gonna change this a little bit, and we're gonna do enum, and we're gonna call it. Let's make it file private, and let's say adding state, and then like none. Well, how is it? I don't remember how to write this. I'm sorry. I just work with too many languages. Oh, case, of course. So adding state, default, just say none. Then we'll say adding website, and then case adding app. And we'll change this to state for adding state, equals none by default. Okay. Now, this guy on add. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't like this style. I don't like these handlers. I have I started using a different way of doing this, and I now do it by having a UI state object. So I will go to my models, and for every screen I keep UI state object. In this case, I'm gonna do blocking UI state, and it's gonna be using combine, and it'll be class blocking UI state x. Geez, forgot Swift today. Nothing. It's just a class. No, it's not. It's observable object. Good. And we'll move adding state here. So it'll be published var state of type adding state by default none. So we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna copy it here. We're gonna kill file private. We're gonna see if this builds. It won't build for now, but we'll call our environment object var UI state. I'm just gonna shorten it to UI, and it's gonna be blocking UI state. I'm just gonna check on OBS real quick, see if it's still recording. Looks good. So we got the blocking UI state set up here. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. Before we move on, let's open blocking view controller and make sure we pass this view to our. Make sure we pass this object to our view. Before we do that, we'll do static let shared equals blocking UI state. So it's gonna be singleton, and we're gonna pass it right here. Environment object blocking UI state at shared. That's done. So now we should be able to access this. Let's build. Something's gonna fail. Good. This one's failing. The point is now for block list, we're not gonna do any handlers, but block list will change stuff on UI state directly. So we're not doing that anymore. Here we could do. Oh, this is a binding. I'm gonna have to come back to that. I'm not really sure how to deal with binding. I did it in other app, so I'll just look it up there. But I don't remember how to do that. Here, when we want to cancel is adding, we'll just say self.ui dot state equals none instead of what we've been doing before. And same thing goes for this one. So there's that. I'm gonna go to block list and update that. First of all, I'm gonna grab blocking UI state and put it right here so that we can access it from this one too. We're gonna kill on add. And whenever we want to do on add, we'll instead say self.ui dot state equals adding. What, really? What's going on? Adding state, adding website. Let's see what happens. All right, it worked. For app, adding app. So we don't need that. All right, let me see if we can build now. All right, this is kind of strange. I don't want this to be a binding. I just want this to be a, I just want to access a variable here. I wonder if I could add var is adding website being boolean, make it return. We'll just say state equals dot adding website. That works? That works. So I wonder if we could just say self UI adding website like that. It won't work like that. Can I turn it into binding? What? Alright. Will that work? Alright, here we go. It's a get only property. So what we'll do is we'll get and setter will do nothing. And this might be a bad idea. I'm not sure. Let's just try it for now, like the way it is now. Now we have a sheet to add a website. I feel like we should refactor this sheet out of here. So let's find my blocking state wherever it is. Preferences, blocking. And let me add new file and website sheet. Yep, there's that. I'll go back here for SwiftUI, start. And it's gonna inherit from view, var bodies view, and that will return my vstack, probably. Just like that. So now we're just gonna say add website sheet. Okay, looks good so far. So what's going on here? There are some errors. We need to import my nice kit to be able to use native text field. And oh well, there's a local state for the website I'm currently typing up. It's this one, added website. We don't use it here, so we're just gonna take this state out of here. We're gonna move it here. Let's see what happens now. I'm gonna bump up the font size for you. I just realized this is a YouTube video, so. All right, so here we have cancel button, and in this case, we wanna reset the UI state. We're just gonna access UI state right here, and we can do the same thing now. No, not yet. Okay. So then we're calling our blocking, whatever, where we actually add the blocked website. Okay, to use that, we need to import block kit. And I think it's building now. Let's run it, and let's see if we didn't break anything. Blocking add website. Looks like that is still working. Oh boy, no, it's not. There's a problem. I clicked on the cancel button, and it seems like it's setting UI state to none, but we're getting a problem here. Looks like the object is, I know why this is happening. So whenever you use a view inside of a sheet, for some reason it doesn't inherit these environment objects. So I have to go like environment object and then just pass itself to the UI. And since this guy is also using blocking, we're gonna do the same thing for our blocking environment object. So where were we? Here we are. And then, no, hold up. And then environment object self-blocking. And that should fix it. So blocking, add website, cancel, works fine. One problem I noticed is that this is not supposed to be aligned in the center. I'm not sure why that's happening, but it should be very simple fix by adding alignment leading here and rebuilding. Yep, easy fix. Okay, so I'm not really worried about websites anymore. I can add those, that's fine. I want to build adding apps. So for that, we're just going to take this add website sheet and we're going to copy it. We're going to create a new one and we're going to call it add app sheet with Swift. It's going to import SwiftUI and there's going to be struct add app sheet inheriting from view bar body. Actually, I think I can just yeah, it's easier, much easier. So we're just going to rename now. We're going to call it add app sheet. We're not going to be using the same blocking class because this BL extension state is only used for blocking websites. We're going to have a different class for blocking apps. And that's because I have a library called BlockKit, but I use the library as it's a firewall. It just blocks IP addresses. For apps, it's going to work entirely different. So it doesn't make sense for it to be part of. It kind of makes sense for it to be part of BlockKit libraries. So we could have, we could have like BlockKit, and there could be, some firewall blocking part, and there could be app blocking. But for now, I'll just keep it only in this app, and I'll keep it just as a separate class, and then maybe someday I'll merge it into the BlockKit framework that I have. But for now, it'll be separate. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm gonna keep UI. I'm gonna rename this to added app, and I'm gonna fix this up. So, here's the problem. Right, so like I said, for now, we're just gonna specify the app by its name. So you will have to enter the exact name of the app that you wanna block for now. Later we'll do like a nice selector dialog, but we're doing MVPs here. We wanna get it out as quickly as possible and not waste time on stupid little things. So there's that. Okay, I imported NiceKit to be able to get native text field. Let's take an app name as the added app, and I'm gonna cancel, that's fine. And this will go away, and this will be renamed to added app, and it's fine. Okay, so let's try to run it. The question is, what's gonna happen when you add it? Oh, this is not doing anything, so let's fix it. Add app. Let's fix it, because it's not doing, oh, look at that, it is doing something here. But I think what's going on is our blocking view is not really rendering the sheet that I need. Yeah, so actually, blocking UI state. Here we need another bool. It's gonna be called var is adding app bool. It's gonna do the same thing as this one, except it'll return true if state equals adding app. Easy. We're gonna copy the sheet again. Align yourself. Okay, it's adding app. Blah blah blah. Add app sheet. Very well. This we don't need. We just need UI. All right, let's run it again. Let me see if my camera still works. It still does. Unbelievable. Okay. So let's see here. Blocking. Add app. And I'm gonna block Slack, for example. So nothing happens now. That's fine. That's all right. We need to work on our. So first of all, let's examine the add website sheet. What happens when we add the website? It is added someplace to something called user block list, and then on a change user block list is called, which is a callback, and I think it's being handled in my app delegate, and it updates the settings. So that's cool. So basically, it's storing my block list into user preferences. All right. Let's now. So let's just do app blocking now. We're gonna create a new class, and we're gonna call it app block manager, something like that. Block app. Okay, app blocking manager. That's what we'll call it. So let's just import. Do we need that? It's gonna be an observed object. Yeah, class app blocking manager. Observable object. It's gonna keep in. So we have a thing called setting state, right? And we have some keys here. What I'm thinking is we add var user, or like app block list, which will be an array just like this one. And it will have a name of app block list. So this is really blocked websites, and what this is blocked apps. Okay. Now, this guy, init, var blocked apps, and for now, this is just an array of strings. When we initialize it, sorry, like that, blocked apps equals setting state dot shared dot app block. Nope, that's not working. Oh, I have to. Okay, so this is like observable object and all that stuff. It's not quite what I want. Defaults dot blocked. I think I have to go import Swifty user default. Swifty user defaults. Great. Defaults dot apps app block list. Okay, so when we initialize, we're gonna load blocked apps from preferences, and whenever we change them, we're gonna store them in the preferences state. Okay, yes, that's good. That's good. Okay. So let's actually get some stuff blocked. Let's go to add app sheet, and when you add it, okay, first of all, we need to access this app blocking manager. So it will do environment object var app blocking manager. But first, we need to be able to access that. So I'm looking for blocking view, and here we have these guys. So we'll need app blocking, which will be app blocking manager. But before we can use that, we need to go to view controller, make sure we can initialize it, but it's not a singleton yet, so we'll make it that let shared equals app blocking manager, just like that. And here app blocking manager shared. Oh, it has to be static. Okay, so now we should be able to access it here, and we should be able to pass it forward here. It's gonna be self app blocking. Okay. Add app sheet. It now has access to app blocking. So let's open app blocking manager, and let's add a method. Func block app name string blocking app name. Good. So here I'm gonna say self blocking app blocking. Okay. And when we do that, we want to say self block apps append app name. And now when we do that, it should be stored in the preferences. So we go to blocking and we add app, we add Slack. Should be added to preferences now. So there's still something we need to do. We got block list, and this guy, well, right now it's rendering all of my blocked websites, which is not quite what I want here. First of all, yes, this is going to be a list, but it's going to have sections. I don't remember exactly how to do this. I think there's going to be a header or something, and the header can be a title, like, you know, websites. Can we do that? And then can we just, I'm gonna copy this opacity right here, and we're gonna copy this inside the section, but this is going to be a for each now. I wonder, okay, so not good, not what was, I think this guy is supposed to be like a text. Let me see. I think that did it. And let's see here. All right, extra argument. This is the selection for your, okay, this is the selection for your list. So it's not just selected websites. What is that? Header selection. Oh, my bad. This is where selection should go. We'll have to rename this because we're not only selecting websites now, we're selecting items. Like, it's either a website or it's an app. Doesn't matter. Both are valid options. So I wonder if this still looks good. Blocking. Yeah, good. We got header saying foo. I'll say this is websites, but we'll also add apps. So to do that, we need to access them. App blocking manager. Great. We'll do another section. Header will be text, and we'll say, what should it say? It should say apps, and then we'll do for each, and it'll be self app blocking blocked apps. Good. It's gonna say app name, and it's gonna print it. And now we should see the one website I added earlier. I think preferences, blocking. Ooh, very nice. Now we'll have a remove button, and we should make it work. It's not gonna work with apps, I'm thinking. It doesn't work at all. So we should make, okay, one more thing here. If there are no websites add, we don't want to render that section at all. So if self blocking dot user block list dot count is greater than 0, we render this section. Otherwise we don't. Same thing goes for apps. So if self app blocking that blocked apps that count is greater than 0, in that case we show the section. Otherwise we don't show nothing. Blocking, okay. So let's add a website. Oh, yeah, hold up. I can't add a website now. What happened? Not good. Is there any message? Nope. That's bad. Brand UI state. Here. Nope. Blocking and website. The state is correct. The sheet is not being rendered. Yeah, that's true. So this one is correct. So I'm gonna open another app that I had been working on because I did a similar thing there. So I'm just gonna look for sheet here. I remember doing like multiple sheets. I remember now. So it's like you only call sheet once and then you put in a condition to decide which sheet to render. So we're gonna have to open blocking UI state like that, and we're gonna do var is needs sheet bool. In this case, I'm gonna switch state on the case none, return false, and case adding app, adding website, return true. Okay. Okay, so there's that. We're gonna do UI is, needs sheet. And now if self.ui dot is adding website, we render this. And else if self UI is adding app, we're gonna render that. And that means we can get rid of the second sheet call. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, right. What? Right. This is going to be this get only property now, and we need to add an empty setter just to make it happy. Okay, run now. So preferences, blocking, add website. All right, we'll add Instagram.com. Great. Add app. We'll do, I don't know, hey mail that I use now. Good. Very good. I think I'm gonna call it a day for now, even though maybe implementing the remove button would be very easy. I'm just gonna take a look real quick. Blocking view. Are you seeing the remove button anywhere? Remove. I'm not. Where could it be? Okay, hold on. First, let me clean this up. Okay, better. So we got something. Can block websites. Blocking. Oh, it's gonna be inside the block list thing. So we got the remove button here, and what happens when I click it? Alright, so it goes self-blocking, remove website where the URL is website that I just gave you. The problem is we also have app blocking, and the easy solution would be to say just app blocking, remove app name. It's not really a website, it's more like item. And I think I can safely do this because it's never gonna happen that app name will be same as some website. So it's kind of ugly solution, but it works. What? Remove all web. No, that doesn't make sense. You just want to remove a string. Swift remove string from array, please. I have to use filter? What? Really? I have to do that? I mean, sure. But what? I didn't realize this wasn't easier. Strange. Anyway. Run it. Oh boy. I just a typo. Run it again. Preferences. Blocking. Remove website. Oh, beautiful. It works. It works just fine now. Works perfectly. So I'll just keep blocking Slack. And that's it. I mean, we've implemented the UI for now. Hold up. Time to switch the scene. I'm back. So we've implemented the UI for now, but the hard part will be actually blocking those apps. And the way this is gonna work is it will somehow be watching for your running apps, and whenever you launch an app that's not allowed, it'll kill it. And the killing part is what I'm uncertain about, because I don't know if you can just kill an app. What we could do instead is stop the tomato when you launch it, which is not really blocking though. So maybe this whole feature is impossible to implement in App Store. I don't know, but I'm gonna give it a try. Actually, let's just do a quick bit of research here, and let's just see Apple script kill app. Yeah, that'd be wonderful. Based on this, it seems pretty easy. But I know that, like, one thing I know is that there's an app called Switch Glass. It's from it's made by John Siracusa, the guy from Accidental Tech Podcast, and I remember he had a website explaining this app will not support quitting apps. There's only like show windows, hide, whatnot. But he said explicitly there will be no terminating apps because it's hard to do / impossible / something. I don't remember. But we're still gonna give it a try in the next video. I don't think it's impossible. I think we can find a way to do it. So we'll try it next time. For today, I'm happy with the UI. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good deal of work for half an hour, and I think that's the power of SwiftUI, that you can do that sort of thing. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching. Come back next time. Bye.